Competency 3. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of the principles and techniques of directing theatrical productions. The beginning teacher. A. Understands the director's role as a leader, communicator, unifying force, problem solver, interpreter of script, and collaborator. B. Recognizes the director's relationship and responsibility to the actors, designers, stage manager, and audience, as well as the director's responsibility to the script. C. Knows how to create and communicate a unified vision that results in a clear production concept for contemporary members. D. Demonstrates familiarity with skills and techniques for creating a safe and positive working environment that encourages and promotes collaboration, trust, consensus, building, and creativity among all members of the production team. E. Demonstrates knowledge of the methods for analyzing a script to determine a message for the work and how its component parts help communicate that message to an audience. F. Knows how to motivate and guide company members through the rehearsal performance using communication, collaboration, trust, consensus, building, and creativity. G. Knows how to apply methods for guiding actors and creating roles and developing character relationships. H. Analyzes elements, e.g., focuses, levels, balance, and factors involved in developing ground plan, stage movement, and blocking, and selects composition techniques appropriate for various needs and goals. Competency 4. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of the principles of producing theatrical performance. The beginning teacher, A, understands considerations and procedures for selecting and researching a script. B, evaluates and compares various methods of holding auditions, e.g., prepared monologues, cold readings, improvisation, and casting, e.g., casting according to learning objectives, non-traditional casting. C, knows how to coordinate an efficient rehearsal schedule. D, demonstrates knowledge of procedures for scheduling, budgeting, planning, promoting, and managing theatrical performances. E, demonstrates knowledge of legal issues, e.g., royalties, copyrights, liability, contracts related to the theatrical productions. F, identifies and analyzes elements involved in directing and producing student theatrical productions, including considerations of student development, cultural diversity, audience characteristics, and production factors, e.g., performance space, number of participants in the selection of works for performance. Domain 2, design and technical theater. Competency 5. The teacher understands how to develop an overall technical and design environment for theatrical productions. The beginning teacher, A, demonstrates knowledge of design principles and elements relevant to theatrical productions, the functions of design in theatrical productions, and design styles and their characteristics. B, recognizes the characteristics of different types of performance spaces, e.g., proscenium stage,
proscenium stage,
studio black box, thrust stage, classroom, arena, found space, and analyzes ways in which the characteristics of a performance space can influence production decisions. C, knows how to analyze dramatic texts, including themes, settings, times, literary styles, genres, and characters to determine the technical and design requirements. D, understands how to analyze the effectiveness of lighting, sound, scenery, properties, costumes, and makeup choices in communicating the concept of a production. Competency 6. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of principles and techniques of theatrical lighting and sound production. The beginning teacher, A, demonstrates knowledge of basic lighting and sound technology, equipment, and safety practices. B, recognizes the principles, elements, and techniques of lighting and sound design for theater production. C, knows how to apply basic techniques of theatrical lighting and sound production, e.g., using color mediums, gels, designing and reading a lighting plot and instrument schedule, selecting and designing sound effects and background music. D, demonstrates an understanding of safety considerations and procedures associated with the use of theatrical lighting, and sound equipment. E. Understands considerations in selecting lighting and sound to help create a particular theater environment. Competency 7. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of principles and techniques for designing and creating theatrical sets and properties. The beginning teacher. A. Recognizes and describes the technical aspects of set and property construction, e.g., unit set, flats, drops, platforms, painting, including the use of power tools and safety practices. B. Knows how to apply basic techniques of scenery and property construction, e.g., manufacturing flats, constructing a unit set, painting scenery, operating tools and machinery. C. Demonstrates an understanding of safety considerations and procedures associated with design and construction of theatrical sets and properties. D. Understands the design considerations in selecting or creating scenery and properties to help create a particular theatrical environment. Competency 8. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of principles and techniques for designing and creating theatrical costumes and makeup. The beginning teacher. A. Recognizes the basic functions of costumes in theatrical production. B. Recognizes and describes historical, regional, and cultural styles of dress. C. Demonstrates knowledge of construction techniques and materials for creating costumes and demonstrates familiarity with the methods of obtaining costumes. D. Recognizes the characteristics and functions of different types of makeup materials and techniques for applying makeup to suggest character and communicate the concept of the production. Please move over there. Knows how to apply basic principles and techniques of costume construction and makeup application, e.g., cutting, dyeing, sewing, care and maintenance of costumes, character makeup, and simple prosthetics. F. Demonstrates an understanding of safety considerations and procedures associated with design, construction, and use of theatrical costumes and makeup. G. Understands considerations in selecting costumes and makeup to help create a particular theatrical environment. Competency 9. The theater demonstrates knowledge of backstage procedures. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of backstage procedures and the roles of backstage personnel, the beginning teacher. A. Knows backstage procedures, e.g., setting and striking techniques, unit set preparation, curtain and fly rail operation, set and lighting, crew preparation, backstage etiquette and safety. Recognizes and describes roles and responsibilities of individuals involved in technical theater, e.g., stage manager, production manager, technical director, production crew. C. Knows safety practices and procedures relevant to technical theater, including practices related to emotional and physical well-being. Knows strategies for assembling production crew and teaching them proper etiquette, safety, and backstage techniques. Domain 3. Theater history and culture. Competency 10. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of the history of theater in cultures throughout the world. The beginning teacher recognizes and describes characteristics and techniques associated with theater from different historical periods and cultural traditions. Demonstrates knowledge of historical and cultural developments in theater styles and genres. Understands theater heritage as it is preserved in dramatic text, traditions, and conventions. D. Analyzes the development of dramatic forms, production practices, and theatrical traditions across cultures and historical periods. E. Recognizes major theatrical figures, plays, and works from a variety of historical periods and cultural traditions. F. Analyzes ways in which specific drama text and contemporary theater conventions reflect theater. Competency 11. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of the role of theater in society. The beginning teacher, A, analyzes and evaluates influences on theater in different times, places, and cultures, analyzes and compares aesthetic philosophies and the treatment of characters, situations, and themes in dramatic works from various cultures and historical periods. C. Recognizes and describes the emotional and social effects of theater on individuals, communities, and cultures. D. Analyzes ways in which cultural diversity and other aspects of U.S. society have influenced contemporary theater in the United States. E. Recognizes and describes the role and influence of live theater and dramatic media in U.S. society, e.g., prompting examination of ideas and values, enhancing multicultural and gender awareness, promoting self awareness. Domain IV. Responding to and analyzing theater.
Domain 4.
Competency 12. The teacher knows how to use appropriate procedures, criteria, and vocabulary in the evaluation, analysis, and criticism of theater and dramatic media. The beginning teacher, A, knows the vocabulary of dramatic criticism and dramaturgy, including basic vocabulary related to theatrical conventions, e.g., fourth wall, catharsis, alienation effect. B. Understands techniques, procedures, and ethical considerations used in criticism of theater and dramatic media, e.g., film, video, television, radio, electronic media. C. Understands how to apply concepts of evaluation to live theater and dramatic media. D. Analyzes how specific artistic choices are used to support the major themes of theatrical productions. E. Analyzes the effects of various factors, e.g., publicity, physical environment, talkbacks, study guides, on an audience response to an appreciation of theatrical production. F. Demonstrates knowledge of resources available for research regarding theatrical productions, e.g., published scripted materials, electronic resources, current technologies, and theater professionals. Competency 13. The teacher understands the relationship of theater to other art forms and other disciplines. The beginning teacher, A, compares and contrasts theater and other dramatic media, including their uses of dramatic structure, analyzes the ways in which other art forms are used in theatrical productions, recognizes and describes the relationship of theater to other art forms and other disciplines. D. Analyzes similarities and differences between theatrical experiences and other literary and artistic experiences.